Alright ladies, so first thing I'm going to do, I've already done my brows. So, the second thing actually that I'm going to do is prime my eyelid. Alright, so I pretty much have absolutely nowhere to go today, and I just decided to make this video because I just wanted to chit chat and talk. And today is Tuesday. This video won't go up to next week, of course, because I have another video that's going up tomorrow. Yay! So, okay, but anyway, so I've been in the house for a couple of days because we had Hurricane Irma. We did not have as much of, it didn't have much of an effect here as people thought it would. However, our superintendent took precautions and, you know, closed school for yesterday, which was Monday the 10th? No, 11th. And then today, which is the 12th. Alright, so anyway, so I've pretty much been in the house, been in here with the family, you know, kind of hanging around doing nothing. And so I just wanted to come in and chit chat with you all. Alright, so for this look today, I am going to use my Anastasia Subculture palette. So let's see, what am I going to put in the crease, in my crease? New Wave. I'll put the color New Wave in my crease. That's New Wave right there. Alright, so what is it that I want to talk about? Well, it's not so much that there's a lot that I want to talk about, but as you all know, you can tell, you can see, anybody can see, Ray Charles probably can see, but I've lost a good little bit of weight, and I really don't talk about my weight loss that much, believe it or not. I really don't. At least I don't bring up the conversation, and when people tend to bring up the conversation about it, I kind of shy away from having a conversation about it. And I'll tell you why. Well, there's two reasons why. I shy away from having conversations about weight loss because, number one, I've lost weight in the past and was successful, but not so successful because I would lose it, but I would not keep it off. And I had a colleague actually the other day say something about, for me to beat the statistics and whatnot. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she says, statistics show that sometimes, when we lose weight, we gain it back, which is true because I would consider myself one of those statistics because I've lost weight and I've gained it back. And, it's hard. It's hard, especially when you've worked so hard to lose it and then you gain it back. But that's not the only reason why. Those are not the only reasons why I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to bring up the subject because then you have people's opinions coming in, like, what are you doing to lose weight, and what are you going to do to keep it off, or unsolicited advice like what you should do or what you need to do. And while some people are coming from a good place, some people may not be coming from a good place. Also, you have those people that pretty much try to meddle, so to speak, meddle and pry. So for my brow bone, I'm going to use the color Dawn. And when I say meddle and pry, it's like, they automatically assume that you are taking diet pills or, something. They just, and it's like, oh my gosh, So you just don't want to hear people's, advice, because at the end of the day, if you choose to take diet pills, or whatever it is that you choose to do to help you with your weight loss, I think it's, a personal preference. And if I want to say, oh yeah, I'm popping them, or whatever the case may be, if I want to say that, oh no, I'm not eating, or what have you, whatever the case may be, it's on that person. That's what people have to realize, that it's different. It's people's bodies, and they make the decision that they want to with their body. But yeah, like I said, people just have this this uncanny way of wanting to tell you what to do. So in my crease, I'm going to put this color Rowdy. Let me see. I think I'll lay this down. Where's my pencil brush? With the little pencil brush. Oh, it's really dark and pigmented. This is actually my first time using this color. Oh yeah, that's a little bit more pigmentation than I expected. Also, you know, there can be some jealousy. You ever, you know, like sometimes when, and I know myself, and I can speak for myself, how we'll have where we're like, okay, we're going to lose weight, we're going to lose weight. Especially if you and somebody else decide together that you all are going to lose weight together. And one person sticks to it and the other person doesn't. And the next thing you know, this person that stuck to it has lost all this weight. And then you're thinking, oh my gosh, if I had just started when they started, I would be there. But then now I have all this ground to break to try to catch up with them. And when in reality, it's not a race with someone else. It's a race for yourself, so to speak, if you really want to lose weight. So I'm going to take this same brush and I'm going to go into this color All Star. I'm going to add some of that to my crease. So yeah, so, you know, I mean, it's just, and one of the things about the unsolicited advice that I don't like is, okay, for instance, I'll post pictures on Facebook and I don't post them that often because, boom, here comes the comments, you know, what are you doing? Or, you know, you look good. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind people asking, what are you doing? But the problem with when people ask, what are you doing, is sometimes people don't believe you when you tell them what you're doing. And, or people act like they want you to tell them and then they don't take the advice that you give them, which you can't make someone take the advice that you give them. However, it just kind of, I don't know, it just makes you like, why are you asking then if you're not gonna take the advice or listen to what I'm saying? At any rate, so, you know, that's kind of how that goes. But back to what I was saying. So sometimes, and I'm friends with some of my mom's friends, some people that are a little older, and I find that with older people, not all, because I have this colleague at work that's older, and she is just, I'm going to go back in with that new wave, but she just is always like so positive. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the people that are around my mom's age that are friends with my mom are not positive. However, I've had so many of them say, you know, that's enough, you've lost enough weight, don't lose any more weight. Y'all, look at this. I've been had this month plenty of breakouts, and even my eyes, I don't know if I'm getting, like, I have darkness under my eyes, but it's starting to show more now because my tan is going away. But yeah, they have this, I mean, I don't know if it's like, they tell me all the time, you know, when I do post pictures. So I kind of stay away from posting pictures on Facebook because they'll tell me really quick and fast, you don't need to lose any more weight, you lost enough, and all that kind of stuff. And for me, I haven't. And, you know, of course, I'm not going to listen to what anybody says about how much I've lost until I'm happy with it. But yeah, you've lost enough, you don't need any more to lose any more. Or I've had a colleague to tell me, and while I do work out, I work out 3-4 days a week. I do weights, but I don't do heavy weights. But I've actually had a colleague to tell me that I needed to start lifting weights and stuff. You've lost some weight now it's time for you to start toning. And it's like, I'm already working on toning. Alright, so here's Adorn. And, you know, I know she didn't come from a bad place, don't get me wrong. I definitely know that because she's like one of the coolest people I know. But, you know, it's just, don't assume that I'm not doing something because of the way my body looks. Because you got to realize, I've lost a lot of weight. I have a lot of weight to go. I was really heavy, you know. So it's going to take some time for me to look like I'm just really toning up. And also people have to understand, you know, you're going to have loose skin, so to speak. And I'm prepared for that. And I can deal with that. And as I've said, and I've told some people that, you know, let me see if I put a little bit with my finger, that when the time comes, if the weight loss warrants me having some kind of cosmetic surgery, then that's what I'll do, especially with my arm. Well, I'll show you in a minute. Well, some of y'all have seen my arms, but especially with my arms, I have big arms. I've always had big arms, and they're still big, and so they have a lot of loose skin on them. And I'm just going to have to take care of that. Either I'm going to live with it and deal with it, or I'm going to deal with by getting rid of it, you know. And if I can afford it, if it's bothering me that much when I get all the weight off, if it's bothering me that much, then I'll just get rid of it, you know? It's as simple as that. So I think I'm done with my eyes for right now. So now I'll go ahead and do my face. And since I'm not going anywhere, for my primer, I'll just use this Geller Under Eye Primer. And even though I'm not going anywhere, I still prefer to use a primer because I'm always priming. I've already, of course, moisturized, but I always like to prime before I put my makeup on because I just feel like primer is an essential step. Plus, I feel like it protects my skin in a way. So I always put primer on. Down here. So yeah, so as far as where I'm at and my goal, where I'm going, where I'm trying to get to, so like I'm saying, I have lost a total of 69.5 pounds. I'm not gonna say what my actual weight was, not yet. I'm just not, I guess, ready to put it out there on the World Wide Web. But people that I know in reality, see, this is the back. It's starting to get, I don't know if you can see it. This foundation also, as the season has changed, it's doing a little bit different on my skin. But this is that cream stick foundation that I got from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And while I still do like it, it's starting to do a little different on my skin. I'm actually using a brush to rub this in. I haven't used a brush for my foundation in quite a while. At least not a regular brush like this. I've been using that oval style brush. But anyway, so like I was saying, but I'll say my weight eventually. My weight was eventually. But I've lost 69.5. I'm one of those people that does the points. But if you want to round it up, I've lost 70 pounds so far. And my goal, my short-term goal, is to lose 30 more to make it to 100 pounds. But that is not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to lose at least 130 pounds. So technically, I have like 60 more pounds to lose. However, once I get to 100 pounds and I really start to just look at myself, then I'll decide from there how much more I want to lose, because I want to be comfortable with myself. I want to be satisfied with my weight loss. I want to be satisfied with how I look, not with how someone else sees me. You know, some people have a tendency, like I have my sister, one of my sisters, she talks about me so bad. And when I say she talks about me, it's not in a bad way, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she talks about me in a bad way, but she talks about my neck. She says that my neck is like really skinny. My mom actually talks about my neck as well. And while I don't think that my neck is that little, this is what they say. They say it's skinny and it's long. So, you know, it is what it is. And I know it's not coming from a bad place when they say it. They're just used to seeing me. That looks like a mustache and a beard. They're just used to seeing me a certain way. You know what I mean? So I washed all of our beauty blenders and then I left them on the bathroom counter. So I've been kind of coming around here with it a little bit because of my little, I guess you could say, not halo area, but you know how we have the little woman brow, so to speak, woman stash. But I do wax. You all know I wax. But I also just kind of want to brighten that area up a little bit. So anyway, see, there you go, my arms. That's what I was talking about my arms. See, I have, and my mom talks about me because I'm always doing it like this and folding it up because I have excess skin on my arms. And, you know, it's been that way. I've had big arms. I remember people used to always ask me when I would wear shirts like what I have on now that doesn't have any sleeves. You know, it was almost like, are you confident in wearing your arms out? I mean, it's like my body is big. So, I mean, of course my arms are going to be big. I've seen people with bodies that are bigger and their arms are not as big. But my arms are big. And that's just it. And it is what it is. I can't hide the rest of my body. So, why am I going to try to hide my arms? That's just my thing. That's just what I say. Anyway. So, yeah. So to set my face, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier setting powder, you all know. And I'm going to use the same beauty blender to set that. I don't bake anymore. I used to bake for a while, but yeah, I'm not about that bake life anymore. So even though I didn't do it, well, I did bake for probably about a good year, I think. But yeah, I don't bake anymore. I just kind of put it on and then I go and I brush it off. But yeah, so as far as my clothes go, my shirts, I've gone from a 3X to large, extra large, depending on how the shirt is made. And as far as my bottoms, oh, and when it comes to my shirt, as far as number sizes, I really, just being truthfully honest, I think it's like a 12, 14. And when I say the reason why it's a 12, 14, it's probably because I'm not heavy here. So yeah, like a large, something like that. And as far as my bottoms go, I'm a 16W, 16 women's. Well, I have put on some regular 16s and they fit, but they're kind of tight. But as far as I can wear 18W and regular 18s at this point. So down from a 24, 26, some 28s, depending on how the clothes are made. So yeah, that's pretty much how it has gone with my sizing. Alright, so now that I've done that, we're going to go back to the eyes, and I'm going to take that same pencil brush, and I'm going to take that color All Star and put some of this on my waterline. Yeah. And then in my inner tear duct, I'll take, not inner tear duct, but the inner corner, I'm going to take that New Wave color, put it on the same brush, and put it down here. Now, for liner, I'm going to use my Tarte liner, liquid liner, and I'm going to line my eye. So for my contour, I'm going to use my NARS, what is this? NARS Casino. And this is what I'm going to use to contour my face. Start down here. So yeah, as far as, like I said, as far as my weight loss goes, and I have people all the time, you know, I mean, I've had comments from my students and everything, and I have people all the time, you know, trying to strike up a conversation about it, and, you know, and they'll compliment me, and while I do appreciate it, I don't know, I guess I don't like to just stand up and talk about losing weight, and I don't know why I'm that way. I guess I've always kind of been that way. Every now and again, I'll post stuff on Facebook. And don't get me wrong, I am very proud of myself and proud of the accomplishment, proud of how far I've come. However, you know, I know that it's not, I'm not at the end. I'm not at the finish line to losing the weight that I want to lose. All right, so for my blush, I'm going to use this NARS. What is this? Dolce Vita. For highlight, I am going to use, which one is this? This is my Becca highlight in Moonstone. A little small one. So, I mean, if you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer, or if you would like me to talk more about, you know, I'm sorry, my daughter just texted me and kind of threw me off with what I was saying. If you guys have any questions or want me to talk about, to discuss, or whatever, anything with my weight loss, I mean, I will. I'll discuss. I'll talk about it. I have no problem with talking about it. Okay, I need a tear duct color. I just realized I don't have a tear duct color. Let's see. Let's try electric. Let's put electric. This color here. Electric. Let's put that in a tear duct. But I can tell you one thing that you have to learn to do when you're a big girl, when you're heavy set, you have to develop thick skin. But definitely when you're going through weight loss, you definitely have to develop thick skin, because some people have a tendency to think that you're feeling yourself, as they say. They will think that you think you're like the finest thing in the world. and some people will, you know, judge you on other things or whatever. And for me, I judge myself way more. I criticize myself way more than anyone else. I think I'm my worst critic. I really am. Not I think, I know I'm my worst critic. I judge myself way more than anybody else possibly could ever judge me. I'm harder on myself way harder than anybody else could ever be on me. It's just like right now, while I am so grateful and so happy to have lost 69.5, 70 pounds, 69.5 or 70 pounds if you want to say it. While I am so happy for that, I'm just thinking like, man, if I just go ahead and up my workout one more day, I could have been more than that. If I were just, you know, work out a little bit longer, I could be more than that. If I were to just cut out a few more carbs, I could be more than that. I am just like so critical on myself. Or when I put on outfits, you never know. I mean, the clothes that I'm wearing, I haven't bought any clothes because, like I told you all before, I've gone through this cycle of losing weight, gaining it back, losing it weight. So I have like clothes that I've had for years. Like one of the two things that I'm wearing to work this week, even though it's only a 3-day work week, I haven't worn. I took the tags off of them this morning when I was going through trying to figure out what I'm going to wear. This lip liner is MAC and it is current. So yeah, I am just so crucial on myself. So crucial, so critical. I've always been my worst critic. I have, always. And that's when it comes to anything in life. Alright. So I think this is good. Give me a minute and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. So I had to go put some earrings on. Alright, so my hair... my hair is just some crochet braids I did the other day. So yeah, so this is my final look. Leave your comments in the comment section, and yeah, this is my final look.